Hey, welcome back to ClearSpot, a cornerstone of modern solar plant management. Today we're kicking things off with the essentials. What is an IV curve, and why does it matter to you as a solar professional? Whether you're a technician on the ground, a plant manager monitoring output, or an engineer designing systems, understanding IV curves is fundamental. They are the fingerprints of solar performance, and in this video, we'll unpack their power. An IV curve or current voltage curve is the graphical representation of how a solar module or an entire string of modules behaves under specific conditions. On the vertical axis, you have current. On the horizontal axis, voltage. Together, they reveal a complete picture of performance. Think of it as a diagnostic snapshot. Just as doctors use ECGs to understand the health of the human heart, solar engineers use IV curves to understand the health of panels. Each curve shows how much current a panel produces at varying voltage levels. From that curve, we can derive critical performance parameters like open circuit voltage, short circuit current, maximum power point, and the fill factor. But why does this matter? Because real-world conditions, sunlight intensity, shading, dirt buildup, temperature changes, directly affect panel behavior. By reading IV curves, we can separate normal performance fluctuations from signs of faults or degradation. A healthy IV curve has a predictable, smooth, almost graceful shape. It starts at the short circuit current, high current, zero voltage. As voltage increases, the current remains fairly stable until it reaches a point called the knee of the curve. At this knee, power output peaks, the maximum power point. Beyond it, as voltage increases further, current drops sharply until you hit open circuit voltage, where voltage is maximum but current is zero. That sharp knee is the sweet spot of solar performance. It's where panels convert sunlight into the most usable power. Every technician, engineer, and asset manager is ultimately chasing that sweet spot. A clean, sharp knee means the module is healthy, but irregularities in the curve, dips, jagged edges, or unusual slopes, are red flags. They're like abnormal heartbeats on an ECG. A dip in current might mean partial shading from nearby trees or debris. A sagging slope could mean cracked cells or faulty bypass diodes. A shift in voltage could indicate wiring resistance or connection issues. Every anomaly tells a story. For plant managers and technicians, IV curves are more than just lines on a graph. They are proactive tools. Regular IV curve analysis helps you spot hidden issues early, before they cause noticeable performance drops. For example, a module with microcracks may still produce acceptable output today, but its IV curve will show distortions that hint at future failure. By catching it now, you can replace or repair before the issue spreads. This proactive approach means fewer unexpected outages, reduced downtime, and more consistent energy output. For a 50-megawatt solar farm, this can translate into hundreds of thousands of dollars saved annually, not just in avoided repair costs, but in the value of electricity consistently delivered to the grid. At its core, IV curve analysis is about staying ahead of the game. It transforms maintenance from reactive firefighting into strategic prevention. So how do we actually measure IV curves in the field? Enter the IV curve tracer. This specialized piece of equipment applies a controlled variable load to a module or string and records the resulting current and voltage. The process is straightforward. The tracer is connected to the module or string. It sweeps voltage from zero up to open circuit voltage. At each step, it records the corresponding current. The result is the IV curve, a precise fingerprint of performance. Field testing can be done module by module, string by string, or even at inverter input level, depending on the scope of diagnostics. Portable IV curve tracers are ruggedized for outdoor use and can store thousands of test results for later analysis. Increasingly, digital platforms like ClearSpot AI integrate IV curve data with AI analytics. Instead of just storing curves, they analyze patterns, detect anomalies, and even predict failures. This turns raw data into actionable intelligence, right at the fingertips of technicians and managers. Like, share, and subscribe for more solar insights. ClearSpot, smart device, smarter decisions.